Let's take a look at the chart action for Polkadot. Alright, so here's what we were looking at in my last video. Here's what I was looking at. We have resistance right here, we have resistance right here, and we have resistance right here. That gives me a couple trend lines. We have one going like this, and then we have another one going down, more steep, like that. I was saying if we could break these trend lines going to the upside, that'll be a signal that we can start getting a little bit more bullish. The other thing I was talking about is that I was targeting this area down here where there's this support zone right there. And look, we're sitting right at that level right now. I don't know if we're going to hold support on this or we're going to keep going down, but I was kind of targeting this support zone right here. Let's see if we can hold support and break out of this trend line right here. The other thing I'm looking at is we could take a look at the uptrends we got. If we zoom out a little bit, we have support right here, we have support right here, and then we have support right here and support right here. Let's do the first bottom trend like this, and then we have a steeper uptrend going like this. So basically, we had an uptrend, and then we broke that going to the downside right here. So the other thing I was doing is doing a Fibonacci retracement from the bottom of the trend to the top of the trend. Let's get the Fibonacci tool, drag from the top, the bottom to the top, and it gives us some levels to watch. I'd been really watching this 50% level because it lines up with the support level as well. And look, it looks like we're getting a nice little green candle here. Like I was saying, let's see if we can hold support right here and break this trend line. If we could break this trend line going to the upside, I'd be maybe targeting this top over here, this top resistance. This would be like the first target, sitting at around 47.62. And if we can keep going, then maybe we could come back to the top at around 53.72. In general though, like I was saying, we still have this resistance and this resistance, giving us this trend line over here. So let's drag that out. And even if we break through this trend line, then we're still going to have to deal with this one that might be possible resistance that we might have to test a couple times. So yeah, in general, I like this spot that we're at pretty much right now. We're sitting at the 50% level and we're sitting at the support zone right here. And we came up and bounced off this bottom trend line right there pretty much. If we keep going to the downside, I'd be maybe looking at around 37.31, this Fibonacci retracement, right, or this Fibonacci level right there. You might even want to do like 37.35 or something like that because, or 37.40, something a little bit higher than that Fibonacci line, because if we zoom in, this is the 4-hour time frame right now, and we wicked down right here, but we didn't quite hit that level. So maybe around $38, 38.05, somewhere around there. That might be a level that it might come down and wick down to again. All right, let's jump over the Polkadot to Bitcoin chart. Okay, so we have support, support. Let's do a trend line going to the upside like this. It looks like we broke this trend line right there. So what I'm looking at right now, the thing I'm really focusing on is the resistance. So we have resistance, resistance, and resistance. Let's do a downtrend going to the downside, something like this. Until we break this downtrend going to the upside, then I'm going to assume that it's going to give us resistance and we're going to keep heading down. This is the Polkadot to Bitcoin chart. This is the Polkadot to Bitcoin chart. So if this chart is trending down, that's good for Bitcoin, and you're going to want to be in Bitcoin. And if this chart is trending up, then you're going to want to be in Polkadot. As you can see here, we've had this nice big uptrend. So Polkadot's been pretty good investment. If you cut in down here, got a nice little run, and then Bitcoin took over, nice little run. But overall, we're in a nice little uptrend. Like I said though, we just broke that trend going to the downside. I'm curious if we're going to keep heading down or if we're going to get support and bounce back up and start trending back on this support line right there. Like I said though, we have this big uptrend. Let's delete everything and let me show you what else I'm looking at. We have a low right here, we have a high right here, we have a low right here, and we have a high right here. And if this is our low, then we're getting higher lows and higher highs. In my opinion, for us to call it a bear trend, we'd have to break the previous low. So instead of getting support right here and setting a higher low, we'd have to come down here and set a lower low. Then if we pop up and we're setting a lower high, then like we get resistance right here and we start trending down, then that's a lower high, and now we can say that we're more in a bear trend. So I guess what I'm trying to say is right here at the level we're at now, we are still in a bull trend compared to Bitcoin overall. Alright, so if we switch over to the DOT to Coinbase chart, here is the chart where I have my positions on, and these horizontal lines are where I have positions. So as you can see, I have some positions still here at the top, and then I just put in a position here at that 50% line like I was talking about, right here at 40.71, and then I have this orange horizontal line right here signifying a limit order. So I don't actually have this set right now, but I probably should go set it right away because it might come down and hit this 37.44 or maybe a little bit higher. I'm not sure. Maybe bring this up a little bit. I don't know. I'm probably going to go with that just right above, maybe around 37.55, something like that. Let's see if we come down, hit that limit order, and then get a bounce out. Or I don't even care. Maybe we could just get a bounce out right now and break this trend line. Okay, so if we jump over to the other chart, let's clear everything out. And the other thing we can look at is this 9 moving average right here, or this is another kind of signal that we can use. Until we break this 9 moving average going back to the upside, until this 9 moving average kind of comes down and maybe we trade in here and we break through it, then I think that'll be a bullish signal in my opinion. This is the daily time frame. I really like watching this 9 moving average on the daily. Right now it looks like the 9 is kind of far away from it, so it might take a couple days for the moving average to catch up to it. Hopefully we can hold support like I've been talking about, or it may even come down, hold support, and then we can kind of pop out around this area. Let's wait and see what happens, but that's what I'm looking at. If you guys have any questions, let me know. And if you guys like Polkadot, hit that thumbs up button.